Hey, today I'm going to show you 5 bass riffs that taught me how to play slap bass. I'll see you inside the video. Hey, it's James here from eBassGuitar. So the inspiration behind today's video is this bass guitar here. This is a Sadowsky RSD Metro Express. As you can see, it's based on a Fender jazz bass and it has a maple board here. And combined with the active electronics, it has a beautifully zingy tone, which I find so inspirational for slap bass. And I think you're going to find it inspirational too. But here's the important thing. At the time of making this video, we are actually giving this bass guitar away in our big May giveaway over at eBassGuitar. So if you'd like to be in with a chance of having this bass guitar shipped directly to your front door, make sure you click the link which is in the description below this video. So all the riffs I'm going to be showing you today have one thing in common. They taught me how to play slap bass in a band situation and be a really fundamental part of the rhythm section playing this style. So let's check out the first riff. It sounds like this. So there are two things I want to pull out of this riff for you. The first one, it is largely based on using the thumb and using the A minor pentatonic, but there's one cheeky chromatic note they add in. So let me show you this. So, and it's that note there to take us back to the A. So the first few notes are an A, C, D, and then we drop down to this G here. So all classic box shaped stuff, and then that wonderful chromatic note there to get us back to the G. Now the second thing I want to pull out of this is largely based around the A at the 5th fret there, grooving away using the thumb technique. But what it does is it puts these great slap pops in every now and again, from using the G to the A like that. And then up there. And then right again at the end, like that. So let me show you this in context with the drum machine so you can hear it in action. So slap bass riff number 2, I want to show you a technique that I call hybrid slap, and it sounds like this. 3, 4. So this is combining using regular fingerstyle technique and the slap pause. Now the bass riff I was playing you there was from a track called Somebody Else's Guide by Jocelyn Brown that I used to play a lot in the mid-2000s. Now the basis behind this, the thing that I want to pull out for you today is this octave, the way of playing the octave. So I want you to play the low note, so a low A flat with your first finger like that, and just use regular fingerstyle. And then just at the end of that first beat, on the 4th, 16th note, I want you to snap the octave. You can use either a first or a second finger, it doesn't matter, but just practice this. You'll see me slightly moving my hand across there to make that work from the pickup. Like that. So practice that, and then you can put the rest of the finger style in. Now the chord sequence here is simply an A minor 7 to a B minor 7 to an E flat minor 7, and the finger style is just linking those chords together, so we end up with this. And you can hear on every chord change we end up with this. It's a great technique which I use a lot. So let me show you this in context with the drum machine so you can hear it in action. So bass riff number 3 is all about a legendary slap bass fill. See if you recognize this one. So that is from the incredible Car Wash by Royce. I spent ages learning that slap bass fill back in about 1999, 2000 time. Now the bass line that you heard there is relatively straightforward. It is octaves, like so. Now you can play that fingerstyle or you can play it slap, it doesn't really matter. I tend to play it fingerstyle so you get the change when we play the slap bass fill. And this is solo in the band. The band breaks here and this slap bass fill just rings out. So let me play it to you. So there's just one thing that I want to pull out of there, because it would take quite a while to teach you this note for note, but there's a phrase and pattern in there which is super important. So this is based on the D minor pentatonic scale. So we start off with 2 Ds down, then we jump up here, and we go to a C, and we hammer on like that. So the pattern up here, which is really important to get, is this. So we're going to play the C to the D, and then we play a thumbed dead note after that. And then the same thing happens on the string below. Right? And then right at the end of it, we hit this F sharp and then the D like that. But if you get those groupings of 3 down, that is the fundamental part of how this riff works. So let me play it with the backing track so you can hear it in action. So guys, just a quick one before we hit slap bass riff number 4. If you're enjoying this video, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, because we release a video pretty much every week on the eBassGuitar YouTube video. And also don't forget, at the time of making this video, we're giving this bass guitar away. There is a link in the description below. It sounds awesome, as you can hear. So slap bass riff number 4 is this one. See if you recognize it. That, of course, is Never Too Much, played by the incredible Marcus Miller on the Luther Vandross record from the early 80s. Now, this is a masterclass in space. Slap bass does not have to be machine gun 16s all the time. You can really play around and be a really seminal part of the groove by playing relatively few notes, and this is a prime example of it. So there's a couple of things that I want to pull out of this. So this is between 2 chords. So it's between a B minor 11 chord, like that, to a G major 7 chord, like that. These really nice jazzy chords. And you can create lots of really nice harmonic lines within it as well. So the slap bass has like this melodic feel to it. And this Marcus Miller plays this line the whole time. So the first part of that bass line is simply a B to an A to a B. That sounds like this. Then this is where the gold comes in. Just those few notes there, it's just this little scale. So we're going from a B to an A to a B, and then he goes up to a C sharp and lands on that D there. And then that takes us to the G here. Now the second thing I want to pull out is these pops. Now these are quite tricky to place initially, and he's placing these on the last 16th note of various beats. So bum. So 1, 2, ga. Let me do that again. 1, 2, ga. So really practice placing notes on those last 16ths, getting that accurate. So what I want to do now is play this with the backing track. I'll add some chords into it because it's really nice hearing this bass line in relation to the harmony too. So riff number 5 is this. So that, of course, is Love Games by Level 42. Now, this was the riff that really taught me to incorporate the fretting hand slapping technique. So to play this bass line, there is a one chord pattern which works across the first 2 beats and lands directly on the 3rd beat of the bar. Now this riff is a little bit like drumming. It's the interplay between the right hand and the left hand to create the bass line. So let me show you this. So what it does is it starts off with an open E, and then it slaps down with the left hand like that, and it does that twice. So first we'll do that, like that. Then this is where it kind of turns inside out, and what it does is this. You have 2 thumbs here, but the first one of those is a dead note, and then the second one is an open E, like that. So the pattern from the beginning sounds like this. And then to finish it off, we have 2 dead notes after that. The first one is created with that hand, and then the second one is created like that with the right hand, and then to land directly on the 3rd beat, we have another thumb, like that. Now that's a lot of information to take down, so take that part very slowly to begin with, but the critical thing, it's like a jigsaw puzzle to make sure every 16th note of the bar works. So to finish off this lesson, let me play you this bass riff with the drum machine. The critical thing is once you got those first 2 beats down, you can really start playing around with the last 2 beats, or the last beat particularly of the bar, putting different fills in there, which is what you'll hear Mark King doing on the record. So let me play it to you. So guys, that's the end of this lesson. 5 riffs that taught me slap bass. Now don't forget, at the time of making this video, we are giving away that incredible Roger Sadowsky design Metro Express bass. So make sure you click the link, which is in the description below, to find out how you can enter. Cheers, I've been James from eBassGuitar.com, and I will catch you next time.